Hey, so it's been a while since I posted my last video. Um, the idea was that I was gonna post some videos of me just talking, rambling on about the ideas that I have surrounding the kind of content that I like to create and the ideas I have when it comes to like solar punk and stuff like that. Um, which I will definitely continue on. But uh, I guess I've been working on my mental health quite a bit, and it has just been hard for me to like do a lot of stuff. But I can say that, for example, I ever since like October, I've been taking vocal lessons to help me with my singing. So the idea is that I work with like a small group, and then our vocal teacher, and she kind of like individually gives us like pointers and stuff to work on, and we just come in with like a song, and then we watch each other perform those songs, and then we get like feedback and all that. And I must say, it has been very helpful, especially, and I was hoping that in a way it would enlighten like a certain social anxiety aspect of me, but like how it became abundantly clear, like um, the ways in which my social anxiety affects my singing, but then also like the constant tension that I and discomfort that I generally feel that I'm not even aware of. But the fact that like because your body is like when you're singing, like your whole body is the instrument, and you have to be as free as open in order to like fully express the sound in an accurate way, like that comes out of you, like your vocal cords and all that. And it is good like for like clear resonance and all that. And just knowing that when I sing, like um, and not only when I sing, but like a lot of the time I experience tension here in my shoulders, in my back, um, and in my sides, and just the way that that works really affects the way that I sound. So yeah, there's been a really good like mirror, and just overall just a very good thing. So I will definitely continue on with that for a good while, as long as I have like the money to further pursue that. Aside from that, I've been joining in like it's Caribbean writers like group, if I can put it like that, where we like write like decolonial practices and our ideas surrounding that and what it means to us. And like we met up at a meeting in Rotterdam last month, and we developed like a whole WhatsApp group, and just new connections, and just learning or not learning, like meeting new people who are kind of in the same boat as you are, creatives that are writers that are Caribbean, and then a significant amount of them are also queer in some way, shape, or form, and mostly like the Dutch Caribbean experiences, so like the islands, because it is part of it was set up by a scene a scene called Six Islands, which is Aruba, Bonaire, Curaçao, St. Martin, St. Eustatius, and Saba, and yeah, mostly people from those islands are represented, those islands living in the Netherlands, and then also they opened the door so that there were people from Trinidad present, other people who, aside from me, who also have like Suriname roots or stuff like that. Just it's pretty open in that sense. Yeah, it has been um, a very good thing in that sense. Then on the flip side, I've been at the same place that I've been taking vocal classes, they also offer like dance classes, like musical theater dance. And I've been to one up until this point was a master class for the In the Heights. Was a number from In the Heights, and it was really cool. It was salsa, was a bit like, well, all over, just different Latin styles with a bit of hip hop in added to it. Um, but it was very confronting in the way that I haven't been taking dance classes in well over a decade. Um, so for me, it was kind of hard to memorize like all these steps that I should take and all that. But just trying to get in the feel of it, to just feel the dance. But yeah, it was different. And I definitely want to continue on doing that, but I noticed that my energy levels are too low to initially go at it all at the same time. So for me, I like because I've also ever since, like, because I was walking a lot, but ever since like it started to cool down, the weather started to cool down, I've been swimming. But then I don't know. I think I'm I'm planning to try to find a new regimen for the kind of exercise that I partake in, um, and because the colder weather has definitely affected my energy as well, of course. Whereas in the summer, I would like in spring and summer, I would be like outside all day. Now I have to really drag myself out of the house and out of the bed, honestly. So it's a trying time. But I try to meet up with as many people as I can possibly can meet up with in order to, in a tricky way, still keep walking. And I've been having like swimming dates with friends as well, but um, yeah, that definitely needs to continue on and increase a lot more. Um, I guess for me personally, I think like next year, I think subconsciously I've been winding down a bit this year, but then like I guess like the big reason why I wanted to create this specific video is that I've been as I said, I've been working on my mental health, and the idea was that the uh, like when it comes to like here in the Netherlands, you have these things called GGZ's. GGZ is like a healthcare, a mental healthcare like organization, and um, or mental health care provider, actually more accurately, where you have different ones, and like it can either be like a single psychologist or psychologist groups, or psychiatrists with psychologists with like different kind of mental health care workers, and it's all like very diverse, and you really have to do some work in order to find like your match. But that goes like in general for looking for therapy is always a thing that you have to really put in some work. But what I've been up to, I don't know if I mentioned that in the previous video, but or one of the previous videos, is that I've been um, um, like in the summer until like late summer, I was in this basically like a program where they were trying to help me find like the right fit for me. They were really like have it like wanted to create like a clear indication of what my problem is, and then help me assign to like a good GG set, where they help with the application and all that. So the idea, like I stated, the idea was that like I had my first like intake meeting this past Friday, and like on the side it says like after like the intake session you have like a couple of weeks to a couple of months before the actual session starts. So I was like, okay, so since like December that I have the intake procedure, so then it would probably be like around say maybe at a maximum like ultimately like March or April that I would like start. But then this Friday, at the intake session, at the procedure, they told me that um, I would have to be waiting for at least 6 months to a year. So 6 months to a year before I get some help. And then, mind you, because I'm dealing with um, depression and social anxiety disorder, or at the very least a form of, like, I got like the official diagnosis, but with a lot of asterisks, I feel. And because I'm dealing with that, that's a very long time, especially if you like worst case scenario, like I have to wait another year. So then I have to wait until 2023, and then it will take at least a year before the effects of the therapy, because it's a lot, will start to work. So then we're talking about 2024 at the very least. And like I was already like, it doesn't come to me as a shock that the procedure itself takes at least a year or whatever, maybe a lot longer. But the idea that I also have to wait 6 to 12 months, while I already have been waiting since like last summer, like it's a lot of time that goes into it, and I've been holding my life on pause basically. And for me, the thing that's so hard is life goes on, and there are certain things in my life that are happening right now that are like people have been understanding, but I'm wondering how understanding they're actually going to be when they once they realize what kind of time this is going to take. Because ever since like this all started, that I started to ask for help, the whilst I was trying to explain like, hey, this could take a bit, like this could take a moment, like with the feedback that I got from like my immediate surroundings, especially like the people who are like in my family, um, the feedback that I got was more that they're like, "Oh yeah, but you never know what's gonna happen. Maybe things will develop sooner." All that. So they were very much on the like the sooner and earlier and easier vibe, whereas the news that I received was more like, no, the later and later than the later that you initially thought it would be. So yeah, it's a lot, and then also um, in my family, like my mom had some extreme health issues in the past month, and my grandmother as well, a week apart from each other. And my mom can't deal with stress at the moment at all. And like I haven't broken the news to her just yet. And the thing is that I don't know how to explain this. Like being this tired all the time and feeling like all this weight is like beyond I remember telling like my like current psychologist, because like the when I was talking about like the integration procedure, like um I was I had to wait like basically like 6 months in order to get like this conversation that I had um this past Friday. And they offered me like after the procedure like a weekly like session with the psychologist to kind of being like a bridge in between the two time periods. Um, and I remember one of the sessions that I had with like my current psychologist, just explaining my situation. And I guess this was after my experience with like the dance class, and like what he received, what he told me that he received from what I was describing. He was describing like a that he understood me to be describing a very like misty, foggy experience, and that is basically my situation. It's where I'm so exhausted, not knowing exactly what is right or wrong to do in a certain sense, constantly feeling anxiety, constantly feeling tension somewhere in my body at all times. Um, it's just a very misty feeling, and um, like for example, I'm talking to you on my new laptop. Like I bought a new laptop because my old one was basically like the way that I am. It was died down. It is from 2013, so almost 10 years old, and yeah, it was just not cracking up to be like, especially like the reason why I also stopped with like editing my videos was because of the fact that my laptop just wasn't capable of doing any of those things anymore, or at the very least, it would take a very long and hard time, and it was just the batteries were all chopped up as well, and the my memory was overfull. Like and especially when it comes to storage, it was like it's a detachable laptop, so the I had a lot of room left on like the keyboard piece of the laptop, but then the screen, the tablet, basically was full, like extremely full. Like I couldn't put on any more like really heavy programs or that helped me with like the editing. Working on music was also a hassle. Like everything was just, and then it will slow down, and it was just a nightmare to work on it. And now I cleaned it up a bit because I kind of shared space with this laptop that I'm currently recording this video on, and so um, that's also the thing. Like because of the fact that I had that minimum amount of storage left, I couldn't update the laptop anymore. It's a Windows PC, Windows 10, and like the uh, the current version it was on was already out of like its um, yeah um, yeah expiration date basically. Windows didn't support it anymore, so yeah, I really had to um, find a way to make that happen. So I decided to buy like a new laptop that, at the very least, could handle some video editing. Like I looked at like the graphic cards and stuff like that, where um, they stated that on the site that um, if you're gonna edit videos, this laptop is good enough to do that. Um, because I don't want to buy like I don't have all that money to buy like this huge big extremely expensive, like thousands of euros laptop, but at the very least, like basic editing and working with like a video program is doable on this machine, and that is what I want to do because I don't want to be like a big video editor. Like I'm not like that's not my thing, but at the very least, I can play around a bit now more. I'm not making any promises as to when I will start doing that, but I hope that this video is kind of me allowing myself to start a bit. Um, yeah, it's already 20 minutes in, and I want to keep this video short enough where I don't have to upload it in two parts. I guess one of the other things, maybe I will on my other channel, my RH covers, I will post a Christmas song again. Like last year, I posted "Who Would Imagine a King" by Whitney Houston. I was thinking about posting another song, and it will show up when it shows up. So maybe check out for that if it's gonna. But I'm not gonna make any promises. I'm not in that space anymore. Yeah, anymore at all actually. And what else? Yeah, I just wanted to give a little end of the year update, I guess, as to where I've been, as to what I've been up to. It's hard. It's a lot. Like I'm just trying to process the past couple of months. Process like the news that I received like this past Friday, and I'm just trying to be and get comfortable, finding my comfort, which is very hard, not normal. And yeah, I'm on the grind. I was when I was having the meetup with like the writers, the Caribbean writers, they asked me like I was talking to one of the participants like, what are you up to and all that. So I was explaining like actually I've been not doing anything, just working on like my mental health and all. And she was like, that doesn't sound like you've been doing nothing. Like you have been actually working. I was like, that's right. Yep. I've been working on my mental health daily, getting comfortable daily, trying to be myself daily, trying to be accurately, honestly myself, trying to not tense up and all that. But yeah, it's a daily practice for me, and I'm trying to stick to it. I'm not gonna promise you any time that I will post again. I just know that I have like a lot of ideas and I'm trying to work on getting myself in a mental, physical, and just general space of performing those actions. And that's all I can say. And when I get there, or while I'll get there, I try to be as active as I can be on my YouTube channel. But yeah, that's the idea. If you're watching this, thanks for listening. And I hope to see you soon. I wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas if you celebrate that. And I wish you a happy new year for the coming year. It's been a hard year for a lot of people. And I just hope that things will turn around soon. Ciao.